What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today I have something different. Today I'm talking about ICP, Internet Computer, a token which has been around for quite a while, actually, several years, and it has had a very big drop off. We've seen it move, and like I myself am not really sure about this one. I've never really bothered with this project, but lately I've been seeing a lot of posts about it on Twitter, on Discords, people speaking about it. Apparently, a lot of people are bullish on it. Uh, there's news, I should say rumors, not really news. There's rumors going around that they're going to be included in ETFs. And I'm just this video is just venting my thoughts on it because I'm still not really convinced that this is one of the projects that I want to buy. I think you always need to be a bit selective about what you buy and hold. Obviously, I'm also buying smaller projects. A lot of my latest videos have been about smaller projects, but I'm not convinced on this one. So if you disagree with me, if you have further proof, knowledge, whatever, feel free to post a comment in the comment section below. And let's just run through this video and like I said, feel free to prove me wrong. 100%, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me or at least discuss it with me. All right, so let's get into the video and let's see why I'm so reluctant. All right, so here we are. So this is basically why I'm so reluctant. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. I know around these years we had massive pumps, massive dumps, a lot of rug pulls, but this to me screams rug pull. Like these prices, these supplies, look, it doesn't have a max supply, so it can be generated. It supposedly can also be sort of burned, and you get some reward later on for providing computing power, but I'm not 100% sure on how the mechanism works, but apparently there's an incentive and this rewards you. So what I think happened here is people started massively providing into this network and then immediately dumped all the tokens they received or dumped tokens they got airdropped. And basically the tokens started to recover from there, but it had another big sell-off and basically has been, well, not really stagnant, but it's been moving, but it's not what you would have wanted or expected throughout these times. And basically, if you look at I mean, I'm fairly positive that there's people that bought around these prices and that they got absolutely wrecked. So I don't know, that to me immediately kind of discounts the project because of the volume, the sheer volume that pushed this token down. Now, I will admit, I don't know exactly why this happened. This could have a reason. This could be, I don't know, explainable somehow. But even then, it doesn't to me scream like it's not really having the same volumes back up. So it doesn't really scream to me like this is going to be a good buy. This is going to achieve new all-time highs. This is going to be a very good investment in the long run. Now, the second thing I looked at, partnerships. ICP partnership, collaborations, so integrated partnerships in the UK NHS, which bring together local authorities and health providers. Now, I like projects like this. Like I like projects that actually contribute in the world, that actually solve a problem or provide a service that speeds up or betters healthcare in particular. So where there's partnerships like the NHS, and provide public health bodies, voluntary organizations, strategy to meet the health and well-being of the local population. HR involves hosting the front end, applications, and back end logic, while HR and the tokens, blah blah blah. ICP alliance. I don't know. Like the partnerships seem legit. Like this seems to actually offer something positive. So this could be something that developed later on, where they're probably also reworking or working so that their token starts moving up, that their token starts correcting, and that their token starts providing a value. And that that could be very telling. If that happens, that could really push a price, because I think as more and more people get an understanding of what is happening, that it is providing a service, a valuable service, and that value will be expressed in token value, is what I usually assume, which usually turns out to be true. Now, will ICP be included in ETF? So I've heard this rumor. I've watched a couple of videos. I won't name names, but I've watched a couple of videos where people say basically this is confirmed. So I I did see these, like, yes, it is a good investment, etc. But like, that's the thing I just talked about. Like, it doesn't show a good history of consistent growth in a large enough market cap. At least it doesn't to me. Like, well, I suppose the market cap is okay. A 1.61 market cap. The volume, the supply was probably much lower. That's why that price tanked down. That's what I said. Like, the supply started, people started mining it or gathering it or noting it, whatever they did to get a massive supply, and they just dumped that token, which I still think is very dangerous, because if there is an influx into this token right now, everyone that's stuck holding these bags of tokens will immediately start dumping them the second this price starts to move up. So if you're new to this project and you're trying to fight against these long-term investors which have mined or created or gathered a lot of these tokens, you're going to be getting dumped on for a very long time. That's why I do not like, or not particularly like, unlimited supply tokens, because you run the risk of just getting diluted down to pennies, to basically your investment becoming worthless. So I think that is a key issue. Like, I do not, unless it can be confirmed, but a lot of these ETFs are also just buying on the back end and selling the markets. So basically, that share of unlimited tokens gets even more enlarged, where there's big players holding large bags, and they're just letting retail get in, get people to buy the token, and once they've bought, they'll just dump another bag on them, because there's unlimited tokens. So, and not just because there's unlimited tokens, but it makes it a lot easier to be able to do this. So I am not convinced that this is a very good project. I mean, it could do well. It could do 100x. It could do a 10x in theory, but like, I don't know. See, it is burning, but I think it's burning a lot less than it's producing, without checking that number. Actually, I've not checked those numbers, but I think the token itself shows what is happening. Like, the second that there is price movement up, it's being drawn down again, and the second, like, every time it starts to correct, it starts to move up, it's just immediately dumped back down again. Now, that $3 might be a nice little emotional support for a lot of people, but I think, I don't know, like, and you can see, like, the volume is very small considering the market cap it has. So I personally, I think this is a little bit of a dead project. I don't see the reason why this is so popular, but like I said, I can be wrong. I can be completely wrong. Yeah, I'm just saying, be cautious with this. Like, I am being cautious with this. I don't think this is one that I'm going to be buying. And even though the comments are relatively bullish, like, I expect, like, not a lot of people know about stuff like this. Not a lot of people realize the risk of this. And it's similar with gaming projects, where you could create tokens by gaming. Axie Infinity had the same thing, and they just kept cutting rewards, like other gaming projects, because they just hire people to play for them 24/7. They start generating so many tokens that no single asset can keep that price level up. The price will dump down each and every time. And this is exactly what happened to all these other gaming projects. That's also why I don't like gaming projects, because they're not actively adding a value. They're just draining value by creating those tokens. And it's similar to what happens with money printing, like the dollar and the euros, which are being printed every day, being added to markets. It's called inflation, basically. And this is what happens when inflation runs wild. A token just dumps to become, or a coin in this case, a token or a coin or even a currency. It can all be dumped completely to the bottom. And that's what I think is happening here. So unless I'm wrong, if you know something I don't, if you think this is the best token in the world, feel free to post it in the comment section below. I will get back to you on it as soon as I'm able. And yeah, for now, thank you all for watching again. And I'll see you on the next video again, guys. See ya.